Well, what do you do when you feel like giving up? Maybe you haven't been to that point yet, but rest assured, there will probably come a time in your life when you will feel like giving up. So, what do you do? What do you do when you feel like giving up? And we're going to look at Nehemiah once again today and some thoughts that I think will be helpful when we get to that point. Well, hello and welcome. I'm John Kuert, pastor at Alpha Assembly in Clarion, Pennsylvania, bringing to you another heart to heart talk. These messages come from my heart to your heart, and I hope that they are an encouragement to you and a help in your spiritual walk. Well, in Nehemiah 4, you see where they had rebuilt the wall and it got to about halfway done, and all the people had really worked their heart out. But then they were having some people that were coming against them, like Sam Ballot was his name, and other men, other people, and they were trying their best, and they prayed, but finally, the people in Judah said, the strength of the laborers is giving out. There's so much rubble that we can't rebuild the wall. And also, our enemies said, before they know it or see us, we will be right there among them and we'll kill them and put an end to the work. Well, that's enough to get you really to the point where you feel like giving up. And as I look through that passage, there's a few causes for the discouragement that they were feeling. One was fatigue. It said the strength of the laborers was giving out. They were working their heart out, working their butts off, and they were just tired. They were fatigued. Another thing was they were frustrated. In verse 10, again, it said they said, there is so much rubble. They just didn't know what to do with it. And then they were facing failure. They said, we can't rebuild this wall. And finally, there was fear. The enemies were putting fear into their hearts. And so here's Nehemiah's directives. First of all, he said, rest your body. And I think that's a good thing to do when we feel like giving up, is just get some rest. Psalm 127 in the Living Bible says, it is useless for you to work so hard from early morning until late at night, for God gives rest to his loved ones. Secondly, reorganize your life. In verse 13, when Nehemiah saw the people got discouraged, he said, therefore, station some of the people behind the lowest points of the wall at the exposed places, posting them by families with their swords, their spears. He said, let's all get together in little groups of families and be support groups. So he didn't give up. He just reorganized things. And it was something that really helped them. And then thirdly, remember the Lord. Verse 14 says, don't be afraid of them. Remember the Lord who is great and awesome. That's what Nehemiah told them. And the fourth thing is resist the discouragement. You have to resist it when you feel like giving up. You can't just give in. You have to resist it and keep on resisting it. And do these other things as well. But remember this, the Lord is great and awesome, and he will fight for you and for your loved ones and your sons and daughters and wives and for your home. So there's some really good practical suggestions, once again, from the book of Nehemiah. It's interesting, last week we kind of focused in on David, and this week we focused in on Nehemiah. So anyway, thanks for joining me once again, and I hope these messages will be encouragement. You're going to read the first several chapters of Nehemiah. It will be a blessing to you, and especially in light of some of these little thoughts and outlines that I have given you as well. So I hope you have a great day, the rest of the day, or tomorrow, and I hope that we'll see you again tomorrow. Once again, don't forget to stop by and see us at the church. However, this Sunday we have the church picnic up at Cook's Bar, so we will not be at the church. But you're welcome to come to the church picnic up past the blue whale. There's a little pavilion there off to the left, probably a couple miles past that blue whale. And we'll be there, and you're welcome to come. You don't even have to bring anything. Just bring yourself. Well, God bless. Have a great day, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.